did you get here?
Better question, who the heck is that?
This is definitely not my show. I'm Steve Owen.
So if I'm here and you two are here, where is here? I thought we went extinct years ago.
I think it's some sort of between life and death.
No, young Dino. We are on the geologic timeline.
The what now?
Oh yeah, the geological timeline. What's that?
Good question, Dino. The geologic timeline, as described here in the textbook, is how scientists arrange Earth's timeline through different times, based on significant events over a span of 4.6 billion years ago.
Whoa, the Earth is 4.6 billion years old.
No one's gonna ask where the book came from.
Well, we can't be sure, but 4.6 billion years is estimated based on the data collected.
Wait. Based on what data? And how do these scientists even measure this time if there was no cost?
I think I can answer this, Erwin. We are able to measure the geological timeline by using either relative dating or absolute dating.
Right, but what do these two mean?
I know something you don't.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I pay attention sometimes. Anyway, relative dating is like a sequence of events in older versus younger. An example is the layers within Earth's crust. Older layers are on the bottom while younger layers are on the top. Absolute dating involves specific times and events that took place. This includes radiometric age dating, or as some may know it as radioactive decay.
You know about radioactive decay?
Well, duh. How do you think the scientists knew my birthday? They determined my age by calculating how many of my isotopes decayed.
So relative dating involves older versus younger. But that still doesn't explain how we know how old something is.
I can help explain that, young Dino. Another cool way to explain relative dating is by using fossils. When they are dug up, whatever layer they're found in tells whether the period where they came from. If they are found in multiple layers, they can tell us how long the species lived.
They did this with my aunt twice removed. She was found in the same layers as some birds. This relative age dating with fossils and layers can only tell us which fossils were in certain layers and their age on a scale of only older versus younger. The first sheet that we passed out to you guys that has the beautiful drawing of fossils on them, done by yours truly, there's numbers listed on each of the fossils, so what you're going to do is just put the number for oldest versus youngest. And then there's two questions at the bottom for you to answer. So go ahead and take some time to do that. And if you don't have a sheet, because I don't know how many are printed off, go ahead and turn to a neighbor.
Because there's two stars, so this one's the most visible word, and this one's the
The numbers are not the actual order that they're in, it's just so you don't have to redraw the fossil.
What's number 4?
Number 4.
Yeah, what is that? Yeah, what is that?
It's a plankton.
What's a plankton?
It's a small little thing in the sea that whales eat. Or like on SpongeBob, the evil dude.
That thing in SpongeBob that I see?
What's number 7?
That's a sea urchin.
That's what I thought. Okay.
All right, just for the sake of time, we're gonna go over the answers together. So, the oldest are 1 and 2. The next oldest is number 5. The third oldest is number 3, or the fourth oldest. Then it's number 6, number 4, and 7 is the youngest.
Yes!
The answer to those questions is which fossil was around the longest time would be fossil number 2, since it was found all the way in the bottom layer, all the way up to the third layer. And the fossil that was around the shortest time would be number 7, because it's only found in the top layer.
understand that, what was the other way to measure the timeline?
To find the exact age of a fossil, scientists use the absolute age dating method of carbon-14 decay and half-lives. But that's another topic for another day.
Well, now we know how smart you are. Name one era on the timeline.
Well, I just might.
Now, you two. You fight worse than predator and prey. To answer your question, Dino, there are many eras on the timeline.
Yeah, like the Mesozoic era, and within the Mesozoic era, there's the Jurassic Age, where the first dinosaurs appeared.
Appeared like magic, just poof?
You know what I mean.
Well, how long ago was that?
That was about 251 million years ago.
That's a long time ago. Do my wrinkles show that I'm that old?
Well, while that may seem old, the oldest known fossil is only about 35 million years old.
Only?
Wow. So much has happened within the 35 million years, let alone 4.6 billion.
Well, yeah, when you compete it to 4.6 billion years. Do you know any other eras on the timeline?
Yeah, there's also the Archean era, the Proterozoic era, the Paleozoic era, the Mesozoic era, and the Cenozoic era. These are the major groups, and within each era, there are subgroups.
I'm so impressed right now.
As mine, do you know any important events on the timeline?
I do. The first mammals appeared 200 million years ago in the Triassic Age.
Yeah, and the first horses appeared 52 million years ago in the Paleogene age.
What's a horse?
It was after our extinction, which happened 65.5 million years ago.
I'm dead?
Moving on.
There are many events that took place on the timeline that tell us Earth's story.
Whoa, that's so cool. Because of geological time, we're able to learn the history of Earth and how it came to be today.
That's correct. Knowing how Earth came to be what it is today is important because we can better understand how the Earth and its processes work.
To review, we learned that the geologic timeline is how we arrange the Earth's lifetime into different units, based on significant events to explain Earth's history.
We also learned 2 ways to measure the timeline and what they mean by relative dating and absolute dating.
Finally, we learned that it is important to learn about the geological timeline so we can understand how Earth came to be what it is today.
Wonderful! Now there are many other questions from you two.
Yeah. What's that in the sky?
I'm pretty sure that's the meteor that's supposed to make us extinct.
The
what?
Well, thanks guys for the talk. See you in a museum in a few million years. Now, to test your knowledge of what you learned from our puppet show, the second sheet that I gave you that has the 3 questions on them, in a few sentences, please just explain the following and then we can go over the answers together. All right, so would anyone like to answer the first question of what is a geological timeline?
The might still be writing.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, Maddie, what's the geological timeline?
The geological timeline is a point in history that we use to measure each point in history, which can be fossils or plants.
Would anyone like to answer the second essay question? Yeah?
Relative and absolute dating.
All right. And how about the third question? Why is it important to learn about the geological timeline? Did Earth just magically get this way? No, right? So we have to use the geological timeline to explain how we got to this point today. We didn't just randomly appear here on a Monday morning. All right, well, thank you guys. Thursday.